Hi, my name is Mary and I also go by the Healing Cave Lady, and today I'm here to talk about something that's really important. It's been highly requested that I make this video due to where we are at in the world. A lot of people are having to undergo injections that actually carry some consequential things, such as adjuvants, such as aluminum, as well as viruses and viral materials. So a lot of people are asking me how to detox these substances, and I've had to do a little research based on the new things that are being added to these injections, but I wanted to make sure I covered the most important things and cover the most important therapies that you can be doing at home to help move these things out of the body. So the most important reason that we want to move heavy metals such as aluminum, as well as the byproducts of viruses and other adjuvants that people may have to have injected into themselves to keep a job, for whatever reason they're doing it, is because what happens is when these things get lodged in the tissue for a period of time, what can happen if they decide to stay in the body is that they can cause the body to go autoimmune on it. So if you have any form of toxin that is going to be stored in an area of the body, say get stuck in an area, then at some point the tissue is going to have to mutate to survive, which can cause pain, leading to autoimmunity and or tumors, cancer, and that types of things. And those are the kinds of things we do not want. The other end of the spectrum is if it gets lodged in different types of organs, it can cause failure, as well as getting lodged into the brain. It can cause all kinds of problems, including Alzheimer's and other mental disorders. So it's really, really important that we get these chemicals, toxins, and heavy metal adjuvants out of the body and safely, and make sure that your body is detoxing at a quicker rate than normal. So first and foremost, you're definitely going to want to make sure that your hydration is where it needs to be at. If you do not have enough hydration in the body, that's going to cause not only slow motility, meaning your stool is going to get backed up, and that is our major detox. But if you are not hydrated on a cellular level, then your tissues are not going to be able to output these adjuvants and chemicals, causing massive issues in the body. So first, you want to make sure, first and foremost, you are hydrated. When you get up in the morning, you need to drink water until you are fairly nauseous. You don't want to be nauseous, but make sure you're drinking water before you're drinking any kind of diuretics. So if you have a cup of coffee every morning, make sure you start your day with 16 to 32 ounces of water. You might have to work up slowly. Make sure you're drinking water in the evening as well. It's not going to make you get up and pee in the middle of the night if you are practicing hydration. So start with that and make sure you're drinking at least half of your body weight in ounces in water. It's super, super important, not something that can ever be skipped over. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure, like I said, your motility is good. So taking something at night, like a magnesium, there are 300 to 600 different cellular transactions that happen in the body that require magnesium, as well as it helps with motility and sleep. Your biggest detoxes that happen in your brain at night when you are in your deepest sleep require magnesium. So I would definitely say magnesium is going to be very, very important. I wouldn't go to bed without taking some form of magnesium every single night. This is for people, whether you're having injections or not having injections. I think magnesium is insanely important. So this is a good one to have. I like this special one that is designed for muscles because it also has some organic beetroot. It helps with healthy blood flow, and healthy blood flow is going to help your tissues cleanse. So this is something I highly recommend taking every night. I'm going to have a printout available in the description box of this blog that will tell you when you can take these things. Always ask your physician before adding or supplementing any new supplements to make sure they are right for you. This is not medical advice. So there we go. We're starting with hydration and then motility, as well as all of those chemical reactions that require magnesium. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to address the moving the toxicity and supporting the liver. Anytime you are bringing any type of toxicity in the body, it's insanely important to support the liver. If you do not support the liver, then those toxins are going to get kicked back from the liver, and then that is going to get recirculated through the body, and that's not what we want. We need everything flowing out. So liver is first. It's the most important organ to support. So there's two different things we do for liver. The first one is glutathione. Glutathione is our body's master antioxidant. I call it the garbage dump truck. It's the first thing I put anybody that has heavy metal poisoning on to help open up their detox pathways and also support the liver. This one also has N-acetylcysteine in it in two different forms of glutathione, S-acetylglutathione, as well as S-acetylglutathione, as well as L-reduced glutathione. So this one works really good for people that have a hard time producing their own glutathione, or if they have issues assimilating normal glutathione products. It has your glutathione precursors, as well as two different forms of glutathione, and it's liposomal. So it's going to enter the bloodstream and bypass that whole digestion to process the glutathione as if you were taking a pill. So this is typically taken in the morning because it can give you energy. It is fantastic for detox. For me personally, it works as well as an IV. The next thing is something called glutathione recycler. While most people would think this is glutathione, it is not. It actually has the precursors to glutathione, which is N-acetylcysteine, but it also has fantastic liver support in it. You need to have the milk thistle. You have to have liver support so that you have a healthy functioning liver. I would also highly, highly recommend doing coffee enemas. Coffee enemas are going to unplug bile ducts, help the body produce healthy glutathione, as well as turn over bile and give you clean, fresh, new bile. Anything that helps with circulation and liver support is going to help with that detoxification. It's also going to help any stool move out quicker, improving motility, hydrating the colon, so none of those adjuvants and heavy metals can get stuck in the colon, as well as those toxins, because we know colon cancer is a big thing and it has a lot to do with dehydration. If you're hydrating from both ends, think about that. That is going to help move things out of the body quicker. Like unplug the plug, get anything that is stuck in the colon and the crevices out to keep things moving. So highly, highly suggest coffee enemas. I do have a course on that if you've never done that before. So those two products, I will have it all on the printout when I suggest taking these things. The nice thing is some of them are liquids, so it's really easy to add to your day. The next thing I would suggest is something called Tumero. It is a curcumin and black pepper product. The reason I love this product is it's a really, really high dose of curcumin. You're going to need that anti-inflammatory action. A lot of these adjuvants, viruses, and things like that you're putting into your body are also going to create a viral output of toxicity, and you want to keep the inflammation down so that you can move toxins out. So keeping the inflammation down is going to help your body move toxins quicker. It's also going to help with any of the kind of pain that you might have. A lot of the side effects of these injections are pain. So instead of taking something that's going to cause inflammation, this one is really excellent to bring the inflammation down in the body, and I highly suggest it. And this is a great one to take before bed with your nighttime cocktail. So the next thing we need is binders. A binder is a toxin sponge that is going to help grab onto the toxin in its hold. A lot of these toxic sponges, these binders, grab onto different types of things. I've chosen two specifically for viruses and chemicals, as well as heavy metals and environmental toxins, because they do put environmental toxins as well as heavy metals as well as viruses into these injections, and these specifically grab onto those things. A quick copy of the binder comparison chart that shows all of these things that these binders remove. So you're going to want to take 2 of them between lunch and dinner, or breakfast and lunch, and 2 between lunch and dinner, and you can alternate the 2. These ones specifically grab those specific toxins. The nice thing about these products is they don't rob you of your vital minerals and vitamins, so they can be taken near food if they have to be. It is very important to be hydrated because these are going to grab so much times their weight in toxicity that they have to be able to grab it and make it out of the body. It's going to pass out in your stool. Both of these binders are systemic, meaning they can go into the tissues and they can detox on a cellular level. So very important if a heavy metal is getting lodged somewhere that something is too big to grab onto. These are going to be able to grab onto those things. I also am going to attach a picture of the chart of all of the things that, all of the toxins that these grab onto. It's absolutely phenomenal. These are some of my favorite binders ever. So like I said, we have Virad Chem, which is viruses, radiation, and chemicals. And then we have heavy metals and environmental toxins. So 2 different binders taken apart throughout the day. So those are very important. I definitely would take these for a longer term, especially if you're getting more than 1 injection. Okay, so the next thing that is going to be the most important and the last thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to a supplemental thing is minerals. So minerals are very important because you need to be hydrated. Drinking water, of course, is going to provide water for the body, but that's not hydration. You need minerals in your water. You have to be hydrated and hydrated on a cellular level to move the toxins, to avoid any of these toxins from getting lodged somewhere where they can cause damage to the tissues, to the cells, and such forth. So taking some type of mineral, one of my favorites is the Quinton iso and hypertonic minerals. You can pick whichever one you want, and I just highly suggest rotating your form of minerals. So if you go through a box of the sachets of the Quinton isotonic, then you can switch to the Quinton hypertonic, then you could switch to the Cellcore CT minerals. I just highly suggest alternating your minerals, and those are my 3 favorites. Cold filtered seawater, almost bioidentical to the minerals that are kind of in our plasma, and the other one is derived from 69 plant minerals but created to hydrate you on a molecular level, so super important. Mito ATP, I would say this is kind of the next level product. Mito ATP is for mitochondrial support, and ATP production. ATP production is something that happens when you're in autophagy, when your body is fasting. It's when your body is able to clean up cells, which is so important. When cell damage occurs, you're going to have a damaged cell. Maybe, like I said, a chemical's been exposed to a cell for too long, and that cell starts to mutate. It makes the cell damaged. A lot of times it causes slow-moving slight cytoplasm in the cell, and that's how tumors are formed. This helps with that ATP production, helps your cells clean themselves out so they can function properly, and your body doesn't mistake them for something else, causing autoimmune type things. If you have a cell that has mutated in your body, it does not perceive it as the cell that it's supposed to be, then your cytokines are going to create an inflammatory factor. They're going to go and mark those cells as if they need to be terminated, and your T cells, your killer T cells, are going to go and they're going to attack your own body. That's how autoimmunity works. That's how Hashimoto's works, where your body attacks its own thyroid because it doesn't recognize it as its own tissues. So Mito ATP is what I call the cellular cleaner upper. It goes and it helps normalizes the cell. It helps produce ATP in the body, which is going to help your body clean up cells at a mitochondrial level so that they can function properly. And this is great. You can add a dropper to this to your glutathione in the morning. You can drink a nice big glass of lemon water with your glutathione and your Mito ATP. They're all liquid, so it's really easy. You can take that together. A lot of these products, like I've shown you, you can take them together. It's not tons and tons of pills. Really, the only pills you're taking are these 3. But I hope that helps. I want to go over some of the practical things that you can do on a daily basis. But like I said, I would do these things like it's your job. Detoxing, these things are going to be super imperative to your health. So the first thing would be sweating. Make sure you're breaking a sweat every day. If you do not have time to work out, then you need to wake up early and sit in a sauna. I personally use a tent style sauna that sits in my bathroom. I can sit in there for 25 minutes and sweat like a maniac. Your skin is the largest organ in your body, and studies have shown that moving heavy metals out of your skin is one of the most amazing ways to get them out. And it's easy, helps with healthy circulation. It's going to help move those toxins out of the body super, super fast. And that heat is going to provide something called heat shock proteins, which is going to help your body heal quicker. The next thing would be deep breathing. So doing some breath work throughout the day is going to help trigger your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is that system that helps get healthy blood flow to an area, move vitamins and minerals to where they need to go, and move toxins out of the body. So taking a couple minutes a day, just get outside and get some deep breathing in is super, super helpful. The next thing would be any kind of lymphatic drainage that you can do. Short HIIT workouts where you're doing jump rope, jumping jacks, jogging in place, standing on vibration platforms. That's going to help stimulate your lymphatic system again, get healthy blood through the body. If you have a toxin sitting somewhere, blood flow is what's going to help move it out. It's going to push it into your lymphatic system, and you're actually going to pee those toxins out. So super, super important. I have a little checklist that has the goals for the day. So maybe it's deep breathing, doing 3 types of lymphatic workouts, even if you're only doing 3 minutes at a time in between breaks at work, and sweating in a sauna daily, or doing something to help you sweat, whether it's hot yoga or working out until you get a sweat. The worst thing you could possibly do is warm up your body and then not sweat, because you are going to probably recirculate those toxins. It is okay to do a quick HIIT workout where you're not overheating or getting to the place where you're almost sweating. So I have some of those little tips on here, like taking really hot Epsom baths until you are sweating. You could also add apple cider vinegar or ginger powder, organic ginger powder, to these baths. Really, really help you sweat good. Cold baths are also helpful, or doing cold plunges, or doing something called, what's it called? When you get in the cold chamber, it will come to me after that. But doing those cold types of therapies work very similar to the hot therapies. It actually helps push the toxins into your lymphatic system. So instead of sweating them out, you're going to urinate them out. So that can be really helpful. Getting good sleep, taking anything that you need to help you sleep is important, because that's when the brain detox happens. So I talked about magnesium, but things like CBD and melatonin can be very, very helpful as well. Like I said, I have this handy print off here. I will have a package on my website that has all these supplements in a cart. You can opt to add everything to the cart, or just the items that you're interested in, to make it really easy, and they get shipped to you, and you can print off this print off here so that you know when to take the things. Like I said, not medical advice, but I have worked for years with adults and children in detoxing these types of things successfully. And it, like I said, while it's not easy, we have found products that work phenomenal, and that in conjunction with being really hydrated, having those healthy bowel movements, and or taking the time to sweat and do that lymphatic drainage, it is possible to help detox these things quickly out of your body. Thank you for watching this video. Please get back to me if you have any questions, and have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.